How's the coffee this morning, Brady?
Terrible.
What do you want, ma'am?
Have you had a cup of coffee yet this morning?
No, I haven't yet. I had a Red Bull. Is it bad?
It's a bad one.
Okay, let's go give it a shot.
There's a trend lately of bad coffee in this office. I was gonna blame it on Jill. Saw her the other day, she made just 12 cups of water and she put 5 scoops in. That's not enough. It's not gonna cut it for us. But this stuff's bad right now.
Too weak?
It's way too weak. Tastes like I'm just drinking like flavored water.
It's a little weak. It's not the best.
If you were to rate our overall coffee performance in the goHUNT office.
Like on a 10 scale,
Yeah.
I'd put our average at maybe like a 6. Or maybe even a 5. I like coffee quite a bit. I drink a lot of coffee. I like coffee. I need it every day. Coffee pot. It's an epidemic. And if I don't get it, it's gonna be a rough one. It's definitely Jill. Bless her heart, she does make a lot of coffee in here in the office. And she's saving us some money by using a lot less coffee.
Jill, did you make the coffee this morning?
I did.
We gotta know your technique.
It's just the correct amount. You can't put too many coffee grounds in there. Cause Brady, he puts like 10 scoops. It's too strong. Brady he fills the freaking coffee thing to like the very top. And it's like rocket fuel. It tastes really gross. So I like it in the middle. Not too light, not too weak, not too strong.
What do you have to say to Brady for throwing you under the bus, saying he thinks you make the worst coffee in the office?
That's what he said. But I have to say that sometimes the coffee when I make it it's like not strong enough because somebody likes to take it when it's not even full yet.
Because that first water to go through is gonna get the most of like the really strong, fresh coffee, and then that's gonna sit right at the bottom. And then the rest of the coffee is gonna come through, and then it's slowly gonna equalize as the water comes into the pot. So then it all kind of matches in the pot. But if it's not done and it's only like halfway through, and you pop that thing out and take your first cup, you're gonna get all that good stuff right off the bat, and then no one else is gonna get that. You know who takes the pot out early? Jimmy.
We have rumors, Jimmy, that you take the coffee pot before the coffee's fully brewed.
Tom's wrong. What messes it up is when too many grounds get poured into the filter and the water causes the grounds to bubble over and they end up outside of the filter and then they end up in the coffee and it's chewy. Let's investigate. First thing we're going to look for is grounds in the pot. So we need to hold it up to the light and we're looking for like little beads. Oh yeah, yep, that's chewy coffee right there. Filter.
I only drink Monsters, so I'm clearly innocent. Just for the record.
That's
Best coffee maker by far is Jimmy. He has a science down. He has the fanciest grounds. He has the fanciest little measuring spoons.
This is called a tablespoon, and it is a standard unit of measurement. 9 of these, 9 level tablespoons, creates a very adequate pot of coffee for 12 people. The grounds don't get measured before they go in the coffee filter. It's really like a gut feel type of place, which makes a lot of sense for hunters. You know, we go with our instincts, but you gotta measure. You need a tablespoon, you gotta get the right amount of grounds in there.
Level? I'm dumping.
Does it have to be level or can it be heaping?
Level.
Pull one of these like I'm a little baker. I don't know how many I've done. Is that 3?
Just go with your gut, Dom.
Okay. All right, that's 9 scoops.
I think it smells like keto. All right, so interesting observation here. I took a little sneak peek. I wanted to see what was up.
Okay.
We'll take a look here at the filter again. If you remember, we observed the whiteness at the top of the filter. This one, there's less white at the top, which means that we had more grounds in there.
Yeah.
But it still didn't go over the top.
Yeah.
So
I've got about
we got more.
quarter of an inch left.
We have a stronger brew here.
Was
Yeah,
it
we
scoop
sure
count?
do.
Yeah.
Is it 9 scoop count?
9 level, yep. So that was just about perfect.
I don't know how many I've done. Is that 3?
Just go with your gut, though.
Okay.
Where the kids would fill it.
Oh, I brought those, but I never ate them.
How old are you?
How old am I?
Is that our...
All right, that's 9 scoops.
All right.
Is it 9 scoop count?
9 level, yep. Bottoms up.
Oh, it's about a trillion degrees. Could have been darker.
One of the problems is people taking the pot before it's fully brewed, and your name has popped up.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about
I'll
that?
take ownership. I've done it, and I have committed to changing my ways. I hereby commit to never taking the coffee pot early.
Finish.
I hereby.
I
I
have agreed to not do that anymore and to wait till it fills all the way up.
So you have taken
I have taken, I'll admit,
first.
oh yeah, while it's pouring, and that cup is great.
I see him every day. He walks past me, goes into the kitchen, and I know the coffee's not ready, and he comes out with a full cup of coffee, and I'm like, gosh darn it, Brady.
You're part of the problem, Brady. Look at you.
I'm part of the coffee problem. That's probably why we go through so much coffee. And another problem we have sometimes is when there's no coffee. Someone forgets to mention that, hey, we need to get some coffee.
I think the biggest problem is just people not making coffee. Like, people will take the last cup, and then it'll be an empty pot, and it's the middle of the morning, and they're just like, well, off to work, peace, and then just walks away. It's like, that means you have to make the next pot. You're now eligible to make the next pot. I've put up a message above the coffee pot that says that if you take the last cup, you gotta fill it up.
Took the last cup, make a new pot. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
Or girl.
To be honest, like the sign is great, but the problem we're going to run into is we're going to start seeing people taking half a cup of coffee and leaving just a little bit left. Because as long as you weren't the person that poured the very last out of the pot, you still have plausible deniability.
Maybe I'll put some rules in the back.
Rules in the back, yeah. Flip over.
It
from
can
there.
also be girls, not just guys. If it's really late, you don't need to make another pot. If you don't know how to make a pot, you shouldn't be drinking coffee. That should be a rule.
True.
If we spend anywhere near as much as they spend on Monsters on coffee,
Yeah.
we could get the nicest coffee in Henderson or Las Vegas.
We get the second nicest even.
yeah,
Should
both
we do
of them.
tomorrow? What we'll also do? I'll make you a backcountry cup of coffee.
Nice. I like that.
With
Straight-
the ones that you stick on top of the cups.
The Aero, you get an AeroPress?
Straight mountain brew.
Nice. AeroPress is good stuff.
So
Tomorrow's gonna be a big day.
I'm excited.
Excited too.
Yeah.
we're gonna have a lot of coffee.
Go. Right on, team.
Getting back to work.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Sue.
Yeah, why you Sue?
I'm Sue.
A boy named Sue. Thank you, Noah.
You take